Hey guys, so please tell me if you are hopping on here so that I know that this is actually working, because since I am still in Facebook jail, this is how I am having to deliver the things. And I know that that is definitely a little bit different, but I'm going to talk to you today about 10 tips to make Bring Back My Bar successful. Now, it honestly doesn't matter whether or not you're watching this video today, which is November 22nd, the day before Bring Back My Bar comes back, or if you're watching this later when Bring Back My Bar comes back again. If you are brand new and you are just now starting with Scentsy, Bring Back My Bar is an amazing program that you can really use to benefit your business a lot. These scents are voted on by consultants, by customers, by all of the people. So using it to your advantage is a really big deal. And Scentsy does it twice a year. All right. So can somebody, I don't know if anybody can talk in the chat, and let me see if I can see like any of that stuff, since I haven't been able to use this before. Okay. Anyway, top 10 tips for making Bring Back My Bar a success. The very first tip is you need to hype it up. You need to hype it up yourself. You need to hype it up for your team. You need to hype it up for your customers. If you are not excited, nobody else is going to be excited. Hey girl, thank you for typing in the chat. I just wanted to make sure it was working. Nobody is going to be excited if you aren't excited. So that is tip number one. You need to be sharing it today, tomorrow, and through the rest of December, because this can make your business amazing by doing that. Okay, so that is the first tip. The second tip that I have for you is to use the customer report that Scentsy is going to give you. It should be live tomorrow. And you will be able to go into your workstation and find a report of the customers who have purchased those scents in the past. Now, if you're thinking, oh, well, I'm a brand new consultant, I'm not going to have that report. That's okay, because Scentsy's also given us a report in our workstation that tells you if you like this scent, then you can recommend this scent. So you can go through. And so I know apricot vanilla was a scent that was relatable to another one. So you can go through your customers and find through your reports apricot vanilla, and you can suggest those scents. But you have to use the customer reports, and you need to be intentional with it. That's the whole reason why Scentsy gives us those reports, to make our lives easier. And that's also the entire reason why they're giving us, if you like this, you'll like this thing. Everybody is not going to reach out to you. You cannot just post on social media and expect everybody to come to you about Bring Back My Bar. Do you need to post about it? Yes. But you also need to email your customers. You need to go live. You need to do all of the different things, okay? The third tip that I have for you is to put signage on everything. Every single mail out from now until the end of December needs to have Bring Back My Bar signage, okay? I have it. I can grab mine. This is just one of the things that I have. I don't even know where it's at right this second. I've already packed my stuff to do mail out, so I don't even know where it went right this second. Oh, right here. So every single thing that you are doing from now until the end of December needs to have Bring Back My Bar signage. This is it's really hard to see. That is a Bring Back My Bar little brochure thing. It has every single scent. It has the descriptions of the scents. You can also go onto your workstation. There is a flyer there. You can go to a million different places, but you have got to get this stuff in their faces. It takes on average about 7 times for somebody to hear something, to actually take it in and to actually want to buy it and to do all of the different things. Because if you're only posting about it one time, chances are half of the people aren't seeing it. I put Scentsy Club information in every single mail out that I do. And I still have customers who have been customers of mine for months and months and months that don't know about Scentsy Club. And it's just because they haven't been paying attention and because maybe it wasn't important to them then. Okay. But everything needs to have signage. The fourth tip is you need to buy the scents. Now, I know that I never say to spend family money on Scentsy. I don't suggest spending family money on Scentsy. However, I do want you to invest at least a 6-pack into your business. You can get it for free by having your own party. Okay. I am going to get all of the scents because I have a party ready to go. I told my team to have a party ready to go to submit tomorrow at the beginning of the month. But you at least need to get a 6-pack. If you're not sure what 6-pack you want to get, go through the scents and look to see which ones you think that you're going to like. I'm doing all of them. Okay. But it's really, really hard to sell things that you can't smell. Okay. Another idea, if you don't have the money to buy all of them, is get with another team member that's near you and you guys can buy the different scents. So talk to each other and each of you get a 6-pack and then you can trade cubes. Guys, like there is a way for you to have all of these scents for your customers to smell. Okay. Don't make excuses about it. If you don't have the money to spend it to buy all of them, no one is telling you to go and do that. But I am saying that have some good communication with some other team members and split some 6-packs. Okay. That is working smarter, not harder. Y'all can all trade cubes. However many, there's 20 cents. So you can get with some people and buy different 6-packs so that you can smell them. Y'all can get together and do a live sniff session. Like, don't make excuses. This is a make or break time for your business. Everything that you do now in November is going to be your last paycheck before Christmas. And Bring Back My Bar is such a blessing. Such a blessing. Okay. The fifth tip is going to be make samples when they come in. I'm not saying going and making 5,000 samples, felt samples, etc. What another SSD does, which is an amazing idea, is she breaks up her bars and she does parties with them. So she gets them to her really good party host. They each get a cube of each of the Bring Back My Bar scents, and they get to keep that cube by hosting that party. So I'm probably going to try to do that as well, but I'm going to keep 1 cube of each scent on hand for myself, and then my people can smell those. But you've got to make samples to get those out. Once again, get with somebody on your team that's local to you. Even if they're not on your team, if they're local to you and you know they do Scentsy, get together, make a plan to get all of those different scents, and y'all can trade cubes. Tip number 6 is to go live with a sniff session and be honest. If you don't like a scent, don't pretend that you do. I don't like gingerbread. I was just on my story and said, if you like gingerbread, you're going to love this scent. I'm not a fan, and that's okay. But I do know that if somebody likes gingerbread, they're going to like that scent, right? So you don't have to be a fan of everything, but you do need to give your honest opinion about it, okay? But you need to be going live with a sniff session. And you don't have to say, hey, contact me to buy. Just say, these are my first reactions to the smells. You're providing value by letting people know what you actually think of the smells, okay? Tip number 7 is to use that cheat sheet on the workstation about if you like this scent, then you may like this scent, etc. Because that is something that, especially if you haven't smelled all the scents, that's something that's going to give you some hands-on feedback where you can say, whatever. I don't have a sheet in front of me to read it, but use the cheat sheet. Tip number 8 is Scentsy Club. If you are not doing Scentsy Club with Bring Back My Bar, you need to get it together. And I'm saying that with all the love in my heart, but Scentsy Club is the way of the future. Scentsy Club is the way that's going to change your business. Scentsy Club is PRV that you have to work for once. Scentsy Club and Always Get My Bar is the best thing that has ever happened to Scentsy. And it is the best thing that you can ever do for your business is to get your people hooked on Scentsy Club. Because that is, like I just said, that is PRV that you do not have to work for every single month. You've already done the work. And when it comes to bring back my bar, those are always my biggest months with Scentsy Club, because if somebody is obsessed with a wink and a smile and they don't want to live without it, they need to create a Scentsy Club subscription. Even if they ordered 12 bars tomorrow, they still, oh gosh, there's a ladybug. They still need to subscribe to Scentsy Club. Guys, I have almost $1,000 in PRV every month from Scentsy Club. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I've worked for that, because I know the value, and I'm providing value to my customers by telling them that they don't ever have to say goodbye to my dear Watson. Because if you're not telling your customers that they never have to say goodbye to that, you're not doing your job as a consultant. Scentsy Club needs to be on the forefront of everything that you post about. I just did a live on my store. I did a story about Scents of the Season. I told them my first thoughts of it. And as I'm going through my thoughts, I tell them, if you become obsessed with a scent and you don't want to live without it, add it to your Scentsy Club and you'll get it forever. I mention it all the time. That is why my Scentsy Club has continued to grow. And I have watched all of the other successful people in Scentsy grow their Scentsy Club, because I mean, it's just so important. And if you don't have a Scentsy Club subscription, you can't ask your team and you can't ask your customers to do something that you aren't willing to do. So you need to create a Scentsy Club subscription, period. Okay? Scentsy Club is probably the biggest tip and the biggest thing that I can say about Bring Back My Bar. All right? Tip number 9 is pick your favorites. This is something I do every single Bring Back My Bar. I do a 6-pack pick. Okay. So I say it's the Wax Boss's 6-pack pick or Chastity's 6-pack pick. And I pick those 6 scents and I share it over and over and over and over. Why? Because my customers trust me, because I tell them the things that I like and the things that I don't like. But if they don't trust you, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But pick your favorites and go from there. When it's been a really big Bring Back My Bar month and Chase does a sniff session with me, I can do a Chastity 6-pack pick and a Chase's 6-pack pick, and I post about it. And those are the scents that I usually sell the most of, because people trust me. Okay, so do a 6-pack pick. And guys, when I say repeat it all month long, you need to be talking about it from tomorrow on, from tonight on. You have to stay consistent. You have to continue to share. You have to continue to do it over and over and over and over and over. You can't expect to just do something once and find success. That's not how anything works in life. You can't eat good for one day and expect to be skinny. You can't work out for one day and expect to have all the muscle in the world. You have to do things consistently, no matter what, for success. Okay? And tip number 10 is to continue the hype all month long. You have to be hype. And I keep saying month because normally it's from month to month, but starting tomorrow, you need to be so hype about these Bring Back My Bars. Now that goes for every single product that we do, anytime that we do a release. But for me, my favorite part of the year is Bring Back My Bar, because these are things that consultants and customers voted for. And because of the Scentsy Club Always Get My Bar, it makes me even more excited, because I know how much I love a wink and a smile. I know that Gabe, and I don't want to get emotional, but Gabe is somebody that I lost about a year ago. The only scent that he would ever buy from me and ever warm was My Dear Watson. And that scent retired before, or like it retired, and he was obviously still living. And I don't have any My Dear Watson anymore. But I know that now I can add My Dear Watson to my Scentsy Club, and I'm always going to have that memory of him forever and ever. I'm never going to have to say goodbye to that scent, because now I can add it to my club and warm it whenever I want to think about him, whenever I want to bring back that scented memory. And there's scents that do that for people. But you have to be the one to provide the value for them to realize that. I bet that anybody watching this now has a scent that brings you back to a memory. That same thing happens for your customers, but you have to facilitate it. but you need to be hype about it. So hype. Okay. And something else is if someone has to ask you if you are a Scentsy consultant or if you are the Scentsy lady, that is a problem. That's a problem and that's a you problem because there should never be a question in someone's mind whether or not you're still selling Scentsy. And if there is, then maybe that's not the right company for you. And I'm not saying that to be ugly, but I'm saying that because there is not a doubt in my mind that people know that I sell Scentsy and that I'm the Scentsy lady. The FedEx man called me the Scentsy queen today when he dropped off my scents of the season. And if you have passion for it, people are going to see that. And I want you guys to know that you have the power to bless people's lives with fragrance. To bless people's lives with fragrance. I have a fragrance that reminds me so much of somebody that I missed. So I just want you guys to remember that you have to smell them. You have to be able to give your honest opinion. You have to be able to share what's real and not just a flyer, because flyers are not going to be what sells people on the scents. Smelling them will. It's very hard to sell things that you can't smell. And it's very hard to give somebody a personal opinion if you've never smelled it. So work smarter, not harder. I want you guys to crush Bring Back My Bar because this can be a game changer in your business. And if you guys have any other questions or need anything else, drop it in the chat and I will be more than happy to help y'all. But have a great rest of your Sunday.